So this one time at band camp.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Welcome to Corruption Crew, where everything is happy and no one is sad or dead at all. So, a little bit of a recap. Last time we played, yes, the crew were attempting to resurrect Passion, who had fallen during the fight with the Anarchist, felled by a disintegrate spell that he stole from the party wizard Demona. In the chaos and high emotions ensuing that, Onyx headbutted Susan, one of the lords and ladies, in an act that they later realized was treason and will definitely in no way come back to bite their asses. She told you guys
this is not going to affect me at all.
She told you guys that Del Diablo was going to offer you guys a reward of 5,500 gold each. That would be loaded onto your ID cards that none of you have used. And that they were going to have a parade for you guys. She did also tell you that the large bounty that you guys have been talking about was not actually set by the city and was set by somebody outside the guild. So you'd have to go through the guild or somebody within the guild. So you'd have to go through the guild to get that. Let's see. Sammy came to Del Diablo, teleported in, and everyone plus Sammy went to meet the seasonal girls. And Tomo went through the interview process to start the training to become a mentor to the seasonal girls. Onyx met up with Lily again, and they talked everything out and cuddled. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, along with the 5,500 gold that Susan offered each of you, she also offered each of you a favor from one of the lords and ladies. Some of you probably have an idea of what that favor might be, others less so. And regarding the true resurrection that would be required to bring Passion back, Phil, the mentor to the seasonal girls, offered to teleport the party to Luxor Prime, where he knows a Henshin cleric of Alpha Z, or teleport that cleric here to Del Diablo, to attempt to bring her back. And you guys do not know this, but for a couple of scenes, you guys saw Passion at least, found herself, or perhaps her soul, wandering around in a very strange and otherworldly place. So where we left off was you guys had all just settled down for your long rest in your various different places. I believe Onyx was at Lily's, Tomo and Sammy are with the seasonal girls, and some of you guys may have gone back to your apartments. I'm not sure about the rest. So, we'll say that evening comes to a close. You guys pretty much just collapse into exhaustion. And the next morning comes. What do you guys want to do?
Sammy's up at the break of dawn, making like bread from scratch. No, actually, she's gonna make pancakes. She's like, and like with whatever she can find, it looks heavenly and literally just has been up before anybody else. You might think she didn't go to sleep. There's a lot of food on the table.
Nice. The girls, it looks like 2 of them are up. I believe it is, let me find my note on, it is Summer and Dawn that are up at the crack of dawn. The other 2 apparently like to sleep in.
Demona would be double checking the progress on the plans we have discussed before.
So for that one, you're going to have to actually talk to somebody about that, probably Susan. Alternatively, the gentleman may be able to help on that track. Oh my God, Scotty.
That's fine.
Oh jeez.
Let me know. Just let me know.
So if you want, you could easily enough. Susan has her office is. I'm not sure where her office is. Give me a second, and I'll find it. Alternatively, she did give you guys a number to contact her receptionist, considering you guys are kind of a big deal in the city right now, and they need to coordinate the parade with you guys. She operates from the Del Diablo News broadcasting station.
Yeah. Well, Gurk went back to the apartment, so that's where he's at. Maybe making a mushroom stew. I like to think some of the mushrooms have grown big enough now for harvesting, so he's making some mushroom stew.
Nice.
That's all I'm doing. If the press is knocking at the door or whatever, I'll like summon my raccoon to scare them away.
One raccoon to chase all the reporters away.
Better than 1,000 badges.
You surprisingly do not actually get any of that. What you
would win 20 reporters or one trashy boy?
Actually, he is quite a clean raccoon. He takes very well of himself.
Oh yeah, no, his familiar is clean. Gurk, on the other hand.
I didn't mean the raccoon.
I will say that morning, there is a knock on the door though, but it is not reporters.
How many do I sense with my blind sense before I open the door?
One person, kind of, small size, or very small, like extremely small, and then another further out. Like, when I say small size, I mean tiny. Or, yeah.
Okay. Then they're just standing right at the door.
Yeah. There was a knock on the door. Like, a very small one, but it was a clear knock on the door. You just hear, hello? Hello? You guys home? Seth sort of stumbles out of his room. Oh, man, oh, boy, you guys had a hell of a night. I'm still a little high, not gonna lie. Who's at the door?
I think the pizza's here.
Oh, pizza! I didn't order pizza! He opens the door, and you guys see Squirrely standing there, the awakened squirrel that you guys met ages ago. He just sort of looks up to you guys, and he's like, hey! I am honestly a little surprised you guys survived. How's it going?
Wait, how do you know about a wait that was broadcasted live?
Yeah, everybody saw it, dude. Also, word has it that you guys have a little bit of money going around, and it just so happens that my daughter has her is selling Squirrel Scout cookies right now. So if you are interested, I have a lot.
What kind of Squirrel Scout cookies?
What kind of Squirrel Scout cookies?
Mother effing Girl Scout cookies.
I like to think Tomo normally has like very clearly feminine voice, but for that specific
Tomo's
part, it's all
here.
voice.
She just shows up out of nowhere.
Tomo just teleports in.
Just summoned by her
selling cookies, bitch.
You got
her raising from the ground out of nowhere.
You got the highly detailed JoJo masculine face. What cookies?
I have a table if somebody wants to roll a d12.
All right.
Roll to cookie.
I want cookies.
Lucky 7.
Oh, okay. I got a 4.
Hazelnut biscotti and almond cookies.
The
almond?
Biscotti?
He will hand you the pamphlet, and they have walnut maple cookies.
I put the pamphlet in front of my face.
He will hand it to Seth.
Thank you.
What maple cookies?
Walnut.
Oh.
Macadamia nut cookies, peanut butter cookies, of course. Hazelnut spread cookies, pecan sandies, pecan pie bars, pistachio drop cookies, Nutter Butters, caramel chestnut cookies, and Thin Mints.
Fuck yeah, Thin Mints.
No samosa? Damn it.
No Savannahs?
They're all nut-themed.
How much are we allowed to order?
Can we get the
He's
whole?
like,
Can we get the whole stack?
What do you mean? Like, how much? I don't know.
Like
how
how
much
many
money you got?
How many pounds? Like how much is it per pound?
Like they usually sell them in ounces.
Keep in mind, I can't see the catalog, so I don't see like there's different size increments and stuff. I'm used to very simple, like, oh, I buy at the food market a pound of celery or something now.
Grug just asks, how many cookies can I get for 5,500 gold?
100 expecting it. 100% expecting.
Okay, how much per box, and we'll go from there.
We'll say it's like a silver a box.
Okay, quick maths.
Oh my god.
You could get 55,000 boxes.
You said there were 12 different kinds, right?
Uh-huh.
I'll get 10 boxes of each.
Sure thing. He signed you up for it, yeah. Anybody else? Seth is like, I'll get like 3 boxes of Thin Mints and the hazelnut spread ones and the Nutter Butters. And is anybody else in the house?
I'm there.
He is going to Seth will yell to wake you up. Hey, there are cookies at the front door if you guys want to buy any.
I come stomping down real loud.
Wow, you're stomping down real loud.
Cyberus descends the stairs. Who has awoken the Almighty One?
Fee, fi, fo, fum. I need cookies in my tum.
So quiet.
This is what you mean by fuck around and, for another episode being all depressed and mopey.
There are Girl Scout cookies, man. We can't be depressed.
For those that can't see chat, I just did the math for you all at home real quick. Gruk's order is a total of 12 gold to give you an idea how cheap this is. And our Zoom chat is pretty much like, that's a steal. Holy crap! Buy everything.
I mean, if you look at
the economy of D&D is fucking weird. It's still expensive for a box of cookies.
Grux is going to single-handedly put scroll. Yeah, it's going to put her through college.
Does he? Oh yeah. Would our friend mention anything about like? Because usually when they do the Girl Scout thing, if they get a certain amount of orders, they get like a bike or something, like a tricycle. Or...
Oh, he says these ones are actually for a trip to one of the theme parks further into the city.
Squiggly Land?
Theme parks!
She's real excited about it. I mean, it's not squirrel themed. It's, I mean,
it should be squirrel.
It's like animal themed. It's on the border of fuck me, I can't remember the name of that place.
Oh, that place, yeah.
Oh my god, is it a human-themed theme park? Because
hello, I am human. Here's the
like,
what was it called?
It's like in a community where like their mascot was the human being, but they didn't know what like to make it, so they just made it.
Beastburg.
Person ever.
Here's her.
Beastburg is the name of the place. He says no, it's like it's kind of like a big park, but we don't really have that many because it's a big ass city. So it's like a park, but it's like super well maintained, and there are parties and rides and shit everywhere.
Have I heard of this place? The main reason I asked is because being a druid, I'm like, is this invading on in local environments?
No, it's so like it's mostly intended as like a cityscape for the awakened animals of Del Diablo and just for the enjoyment of everyone. There are a number of like regular non-awakened animals that wander, none that are like invasive species or anything though, and they make sure that any of the more aggressive ones stay in like safer enclosures.
What the hell counts as an invasive species in Del Diablo?
That is a good question, actually.
I mean, it's just an animal.
Lunari De-Fraggers? Oh no, wait.
They fucking are an invasive species. They're goddamn everywhere.
Pigeons.
I wild shape into a swarm of pigeons. No, I'm kidding. I don't. So, how many orders does she need in order for her to go there?
He's saying, I don't know, like 300 or something?
Alright, I'll make it 30 of each box. That's 36 gold total, by the way.
Yeah! That'll do it.
I don't know where you're keeping all of these boxes. I don't even smell them.
He's like, I'm not going to give them to you right now. I got to put in the order and then they're going to ship them.
Oh.
Like, my man, I am shorter than you are, Gurk. I can only carry so much. As it is, this clipboard they gave me, I had to saw it in half because I'm tiny. He has like a clipboard that's like regular human size, but it's sawn in half because he's a fucking squirrel.
Fair enough.
He's like, so I saw you guys. I saw it. Your friend Passion, she died? That happened, right?
Yeah, that happens.
Oh, that sucks. That's a bummer.
Yeah, not really a bummer. Death is part of life.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's still sad, but... So, where do you guys... You guys used to work for the gentleman, yeah?
We still do.
Where do you fall in now with the reorganizing of things?
No idea.
I don't know.
Working on that.
Oh God, hi Demona.
Oh hey.
Just passes by smoking a cigar, listening to the whole music on the phone.
If anybody messages the group chat, Lyra asked for a box of Thin Mints, so.
He's like, yeah, not long after all of that chaos that happened yesterday, there was apparently some hubbub in the hierarchy. Apparently, the gentleman moved on up. He's now a count, and that guy Rocky took his place.
So he's now the count.
Well, the gentleman is the count, and Rocky is the boss now.
So Rocky is now the gentleman, and the gentleman is now the count?
Yes.
Is a gentleman a title then?
No, I'm just trying to make it seem easier for Gurk. No, his name is still the gentleman. His position is called the count.
I thought that was his position as well. I bet.
No.
What is his position?
Count.
What's the previous position?
Give me a second while I find my binder. He
Big
was a
boss.
boss or a big boss. I don't remember which.
Oh, so it wasn't like a special title.
Yeah, apparently they get to big boss if they defeated boss. And then if they,
he's like, it's not quite like that, but yeah.
And then if they
get
get into
management,
I'm working on that too.
If they get into trouble, they get turned into punished boss.
Is that like a Lucas?
He says, no, the big boss is, he was a big boss. Now, Rocky's a big boss, and he controls a bunch of the different neighborhoods around here. The gentleman did control, like, this one, and a bunch of other ones, or this neighborhood, whose name I remember, the borough.
What caused the promotion? Was it anything to do with us?
It's like, I think he probably tried to leverage that some, but honestly, from what Rocky was telling me, he's been trying to move on up for a while.
So does our debt go to Rocky now, or does it stay with the gentleman?
Well, Rocky's underneath him, so maybe.
Yeah, I don't know where it goes. If it's
No,
like
he's like, I don't know for sure, but typically, I would check with Rocky maybe.
I'm not gonna worry
Because
about
honestly, the gentleman, he's as a count, he controls like the whole municipality, so like everything, all of the neighborhoods nearby. So like for you guys, the Borough and Voodoo, Demon City, Shinjuku, Beastburg, all of those little neighborhoods that you've been to, the gentleman now controls all of them rather than like a handful that he had here and there.
Well,
I'm sure.
I can't wait for those cookies. When will they be delivered?
In like a week, but considering you bought so many, I could probably have them sped up to like a day or two.
No, it's fine. I just want to know when they'll show up.
Sure thing.
All right. Well, I hope your kid enjoys the park.
I do too. I am very glad that I don't need to do this anymore, because she was very nervous about it and shy. I don't know, something about you guys being big, scary heroes that threw a ton of magic around or some shit intimidated her. I don't know why.
Ha! I'm neither big nor a hero. Bye-bye. I shut the door.
Just close the door on him.
That was nice.
Saying,
It was nice to
I'm
see him.
basically a murderer. Bye-bye.
I mean, aren't all adventurers?
Onyx actually hasn't killed that many people.
Zooms
All
in,
of them tried to kill her.
zooms in Gruk's mind, and you just hear,
What about that?
"Whoa."
What about that fucking cat you murdered?
That cat, but I didn't count that cat. That was an accident.
Or those
Murder,
the people
murder
down the stairs.
implies intention.
Also, I'm
sure
sorry.
a cat oversteps that.
I am so confused because somehow in the Zoom chat there was talk about the distortion effect of a black hole.
We're talking about a vacuum with a black hole in it.
And then someone would stick their dick in the black hole vacuum.
Their dick in the black hole.
This stream is for mature
I mean-
audiences. Viewer
I feel
discretion
like there
is
are
advised.
safer and more efficient ways to make a vacuum cleaner.
But would there be a more fun way to do it?
Yeah, that'd be way cool though.
Anyway, so that
Do not stick
that
your
is
dick
certainly
in the
one
vacuum
way.
cleaner. Not just that. No, you're gonna get dirty.
so
There's
anyway,
one way
after
to get a penis
after the
elongated, I would
house,
just want to say.
what happens with everyone else that's not at the house ordering cookies? Might I ask?
Anyway, I bring back passion. We smooch wildly, and now we're married. So that's it, right? Yeah.
Nailed it, yeah.
You retired?
Those suck.
You know each other only for a week or so.
No, they know each other for longer. They've been dating
Yeah.
for a week.
Yes. We've known each other for like a year now, year and a half, something like that.
So at the Seasonal Girl Ranger Command, Sammy is making pancakes.
Good morning, Tomo.
What? Oh, shit. Hi, morning. I forgot what time it was.
It's like 5. It's like 8, 5. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, time zones are fucky.
8. Yeah, okay. That sounds right.
Do you want
Okay.
some coffee?
I would love some coffee. I haven't been sleeping well.
There you go.
Thanks.
Yeah, me. Well, me either, but mostly because I've been worried about my friends, and also because I have nightmare when I sleep. So.
Yo, me too.
High five!
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, I gotta get a fucking bed in here.
That would probably be helpful, even though that couch is weirdly huge.
Yeah.
So big. Like I think there's enough like room for like 3 people to sleep like horizontally on it.
Probably.
Winter comes stumbling out of her room in search of breakfast and is like, yeah, that's kind of the point. Usually there's one of us passed out there, but we kind of left it to you guys because...
You should be sleeping in your own bed.
Well, yeah, that's great and all, unless, like, you pass out doing homework or when we have big movie night sleepovers
Yeah,
or whatever.
I was gonna say, usually when we do our movie marathons, we end up passing out there.
Oh, that's nice.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Did Sammy, king of fucking sleepovers everywhere, just shame somebody for not sleeping in a real bed?
Also to point out, the first night her and Passion spent together was on the fucking couch together.
Well, no, but she's trying to set an example for younger kids.
Do as I do and not as I, or do as I don't, not as I do, kids.
Do as I say, not
She
as I
didn't
do.
say anything about her sleeping on her own couch. First of all, and second of all, she's just kind of sad because like she only started having sleepovers when she came to Neo Anime. So here we are.
Just keep Onyx away from them because she's gonna corrupt those girls so badly.
I mean,
So-
they are in the corruption game, so I don't know what to tell you.
At least she's not punching them to be like, hey, wanna have some more corruption?
Hey,
Like
that's a
some
good idea.
people.
Yeah, that's fair.
Makes you strong.
So, are we ready to go?
Yeah, I'm good whenever.
Did you like the pancakes?
They were delicious.
Yay, I'm so glad.
Also, Sam, you just kind of watch as Tomo tries to drink the coffee and just kind of misses.
Oh,
Ah,
are you okay?
yeah, I'm good.
The
Oh.
only ones who saw it were Hera and Vex, but I'm just remembering last weekend when Kevin was trying to eat a Twizzler during Callie's like
amazing.
recap of her character's endgame for her 2E game and like missed his mouth repeatedly with a Twizzler. He was so entranced by her. Because she was so into it and emotional about it. And he's just like completely, literally hit himself in the beard 3 times before he finally looked at himself on the camera in Zoom.
Glad I'm not the only one who made Callie cry.
Nope.
Yeah, so I believe you guys were going to regroup with the rest of the party and decide where to raise passion. If you guys wanted to go to Luxor Prime and find that priest there, or see if they could have him come to Del Diablo, or go to Neo Redami and find somebody there.
Well, I don't know either city, so I'll leave that up to you.
You guys have been to Luxor Prime.
Yeah,
it was
but we were-
cool.
That's
Okay,
pivotal.
you were there for like 5 minutes.
And then we
Well,
kidnapped
we-
someone.
And we killed something. And we stole some things.
I mean,
You
if
guys
we
do
go,
this thing- you guys do things very differently than we do.
look, we. Oh, you
They
first.
weren't accepting of corruption.
Luxor Prime was the place where Demona met Basil, correct?
No, that
No.
was
Heaven's Towers.
yeah.
Gotcha. Never mind.
Luxor Prime was where you guys found Seth, and we're like, hey, we found him. Leave immediately. And
Well,
he
no,
didn't get
no,
to take any of
we
his
weren't.
shit with him.
Demona was.
Hey,
We
that
killed
was
the-
the end of the mission. She walked up, broke the seal. We were done. That's it. That's all we needed.
I agree with Demona.
So Onyx comes back. Where are we regrouping? At the Henshin command thingy or at our house?
I figured your apartment.
Yeah. Yeah, Onyx comes
There's a lot
back.
of plants here.
Oh, that's Gruk's fault.
It's
I
the
mean, I
weirdest
like-
thing, because like it looks like at one point it was a very nicely done thing. Like there is a white picket fence, but it has since been graffitied to hell, and the entire front of this building is just covered with all sorts of ivy and vines and flowers. And I don't
below
know if
almost-
Sammy would recognize it, but in the window, a fuckload of weed in one window.
Also,
She wouldn't.
beneath all the vines and everything is also more graffiti, and because on Onyx is actually somewhat talented. Like she's not bad at it. She knows her graffiti. She has a little bit of a different style than Passion.
Sammy will take pictures for Simon to look at later because I think he would be interested into whatever's going on here.
There's a very fat but very well groomed, got a nice sheen on the fur raccoon just sleeping in the front yard.
Hello.
It's like a big fluffy teardrop. Just bloop.
Oh, are you crying?
No, I'm saying like he's just like
Shaped like a
teardrop
teardrop.
shaped because he's
Oh,
fat.
okay. I thought he was like sitting there like crying.
No,
I'm like,
he's
oh
just
god,
drunk.
what happened?
You know, like how cats loaf and like their limbs
Yeah.
disappear? Imagine that, but it's just like the raccoon's head.
Oh,
Oh,
wait, cool. Raccoons are cute and they have little granny hands. I like what you do with the place. It's very nice.
You don't have to be.
and
Oh, there's a.
yeah,
No,
basically
I like
both.
it. I love flowers.
I don't know if you can see it, but there would be a tree on the roof as well.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
too.
Basically, this is when Onyx appears, and it's like, yeah, there's also like, I did some painting here because I thought it was pretty boring originally, so I was like, okay, no, need some more color. She has a coffee in her hand, and she is currently wearing clothes that are not hers.
Oh.
Honestly, I don't know that anybody would notice because of the wild, random shit that Onyx usually wears.
I was going to say Onyx wearing things? What?
Yeah.
It's usually like sweatpants and maybe a shirt, and
I remember
definitely
a
no
door.
shoes.
I was gonna say I think Tomo's more surprised that Onyx is wearing anything at all
Oh no, she's usually wearing something, but
at this time in the morning.
mhm.
Is she even awake at this time in the morning?
I mean, then Onyx
Usually
is doing.
not.
Oh, how early in the morning is it?
We'll say probably around 10 by this point because I think
Oh.
Sammy said that it was about around 9.
Okay,
Or so.
by this time then, it is foggy all around the building. You're pretty sure there's a bunch of vines moving around.
Poisonous or none?
I don't know.
That's up for you to find out. Good morning, Onyx. How was your night?
It was good. I talked with Lily, and at least something went right for a change.
That's good. See, I
And-
told you communication is important.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe we can get Passion back today.
That's what I
Somehow.
want to do.
Anything to get away from the fucking parade. I'm not going to a parade. It's just just gonna punch another lord or lady or something like that.
Do we know when the parade is? Those things take a long time, don't they? To
No,
set up?
we gotta call Susan about that. Which maybe anyone but Onyx call Susan about that.
Maybe we can take care of this later. I really want to get Passion back before.
Yeah, we
she
should probably
starts
do that
I
If
was
they
gonna say
want-
disintegrating,
Oh.
but there's no body. I'm very sad, you guys. We gotta go find her.
Okay, well, are we gonna go to Neo Red Ami or are we gonna hit Luxor Prime? I mean, if we go to Luxor Prime, we can probably. Hey, Seth, you think your book's still there?
Oh shit! You're going to Luxor Prime?
No.
He just starts thundering down the stairs and then just stops and slowly walks down the rest of the way. Come on, man. That's not nice.
Well,
We
Hello.
might be going to Luxor
Hey.
Prime.
I'm Seth. They saved me from Luxor Prime, and when I say saved, I mean kidnapped me and left all my shit.
I mean, we could have left you there to die with your.
I mean, sure, I guess. Yeah, I was saving, but I would have liked my. I had collector's editions board games. I don't know.
I have one too.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
She whatever she has, because I think she has like a 3rd edition D&D book or something like that, and also like whatever that book from camp that Hertz had. Whatever.
Oh god, I
was
can't remember what it was
game.
called.
It was a board game.
Demona
It was,
is
like,
currently wishing for a rematch with the sniper.
Was the board game a Ouija board?
Not a Ouija board.
No.
I used one of those once. It was bullshit.
Oh, Monopoly then.
He's like, usually you just get a cleric for that though. He's like, no, my stuff was more like I really like the wargaming aspect. I also have a fuckload of video games that I lost. I
Go
would love to
digital.
get back, but
That's why you don't go hard copy.
you guys didn't let me. What am I
Get
gonna
with
do?
the
I
times.
couldn't take my console with me either.
We have one here.
Gurk goes
Not
up
with any
to.
of my old games.
Listen, Seth, if we go to what is it, Luxor Prime, we are gonna break into your house and see if something is still there. It might not be because you haven't paid rent now, and or is it your place? Was it actually like your house?
I was renting it. Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah, your
mean,
shit's gone, dude.
From
Yeah,
under
probably.
the.
Seth, don't you
Still
feel like
break in.
hundreds of
Onyx is. We can still break in and like get you a console if they have one.
That's a good plan.
Okay, can we?
We're going to Luxor
Group
Prime, or are we
focus.
going?
I like how they're like, talk about how to bring passion back. Actually, no, crime instead.
Be gay to crime.
And then
I
it's like,
want to be gay, damn it! Let me do that.
I wanted to give that
Are
a
you-
little bit of pause so people could react to that, and then Onyx is like, okay, but what we really want to do is get passion back.
Gurk hops
And
up
I don't
to.
care about your shit if I can get her back and Luxor Prime properly. I go wherever I need to, and if it means going to the fucking 9 hells, I will punish some fucking demons.
I believe demons are in the abyss.
What's Grok's AC?
Let me check. 15.
Yeah, I rolled an 18 on the die. You get a coffee cup thrown at your face.
Oh, I have. You get advantage. I'm blind.
Well, that's a net 20.
I
I
can't
only
believe
throw-
Drug is gonna die because of a coffee cup.
I only throw a coffee cup, so it's like just probably the hitting doesn't hurt as much as more of the hot coffee that is still in it, which isn't that hot anymore because she bought it earlier. So, yeah,
You get the temper of a rhino, I guess.
shut up, Grok.
Well, we can go to near Miami to Ranger Command. I'm sure that they'll help us out because Yas said that he would help.
I mean, they also did say that we could just teleport somebody here.
Are you sure the passion wants to come back?
I mean, she didn't say she didn't want to come back. She just didn't want to be resurrected by corruption people, and I'm like, that's fair. I wouldn't either.
Well, her spirit's in the grid now. She's in the afterlife. She might
And
not
I
want
want
to
her
come
back.
But you're not her soul. That is up to her in the end.
Could we ask her, Soul?
Just keep that in mind as I meld into a stone wall. You see where a basement door should be.
He just opens the basement door and it's just a wall of stone right there.
Arm unmelts out and shattered pieces of coffee mug land, and then it goes back in.
I hate that fucking frog.
I don't know what is going on with him, and I'm concerned for everybody's safety. Especially this house is going to collapse at any moment, I feel like.
Honestly,
No.
I think whatever Grug did with the
This structure is
in the
actually
basement.
quite grounded.
in the basement, and also like with all the vines and everything, I think even if everything else crumbles, it will be held together by all the plants.
I'm more worried about your guys' like mental health. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Don't worry about it.
yeah,
I mean,
it's fair. I just my best friend, so
I don't know if Passion wants to come back, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes to try.
Same.
Could you ask her?
I don't know. I've never talked to the dead before.
Neither have I, but somebody can. I assume.
Why
I
is
mean, maybe she
everybody
lingers
looking
around still, and she's
If
like a poltergeist.
If somebody
or
would
something.
like to, you guys, two of you can roll religion checks.
I'm good at religion.
I even have religion.
I'm okay with religion, I guess.
Onyx just stands there and then says, "Hey, Passion, if you want to come back, no wait, let's do this differently. If you don't want to come back, send us a sign."
I'm sorry, I just looked down and Gurk is the only one that has proficiency in religion, and he's in the stone.
Well, Vina got a 17.
I got a 19.
Okay, you're fairly certain that there is a spell that can do that, but it usually has to have a body to talk to, so that might be an issue. From what you heard at the Henshin Museum, Sammy and Vina, you do know that there is a good chance that her soul did go to the grid, so potentially there is a chance that you could find her there, but who knows how long or how hard that would be to find.
Listen, I think that we should just try, and if she doesn't want to come back, which I hope she does, then she just doesn't need to answer. And then we'll go from there. Right?
Works for me.
I'm
So,
good.
where are we going?
You know a priest in Luxor Prime, right?
I don't, but I think Tomo does, right?
Somebody did.
Well,
Also, is Demona here? Because I don't. Sammy hasn't met her.
Okay,
There's
so
a reason for that.
okay, so
Okay, cool.
you probably did see Demona in the background because I had Demona sort of trailing along behind last time because I didn't want to deal with just vanishing. I will say you probably got her name, but not like a ton of interaction. Just because it's kind of Demona sticking toward the back anyway.
She'll like
so
ever so often she'll just give you a wave, like if you're like being grumpy or whatever. She'll be like, hi.
Regarding the cleric, you guys know Phil mentioned that he knew a cleric from Luxor Prime that would be powerful enough to raise passion. And you could either go there to meet him, or they could see if he'll come to Del Diablo to do it.
Well, I'm fine with travel if we get one of those things that turns off corruption temporarily.
Seth sort of shrugs. He's like, yeah, it shouldn't be that hard to get a charm for a couple of days. I mean, you guys did kind of like save the city or some bullshit. You just got to talk to well, I guess he'd be Rocky now. I guess he's the one in charge.
Oh God.
Or
He likes us. I think.
Does he?
I assume he does. I assume everyone does.
Oh,
You guys
Cyberus
seem
is so
all
pure.
super nice. I like hanging out with you.
You know, if anyone is nice to us, we can, and we want something from them, we can just like guilt them into giving it to us because we saved their fucking assets.
I mean, we can just put them up on a thing, and you can hold them off the edge if you want.
Or you can just be nice. You can just be their friend and ask them.
We have a lot of options.
No need to start violence for no reason. That's just silly.
I mean, it wouldn't be no reason we want
Yeah, there's
something
the reason.
from them. So there's
Yeah, but if you want something and they want something, because everybody wants something, then you just ask them. And
This,
then it's fine.
this fucking game should have been set in Los Angeles. Oh my god. We're just a fucking gang of marauders.
Soon to become an
Sammy's too
officially
nice for you
organized gang of
fools.
marauders.
I'm changing my name to fucking
Golly.
what's that dude's name from Mad Max?
Facts.
No, not
Beat me
Knox.
by 1 second.
I'm fucking hilarious.
Thanks. Demona is now Master Blaster, so yeah.
So while you guys are debating where to find this cleric, Passion, in this strange world that you find yourself in, you had been following that strange hand creature with the eyeballs set into where the wrist would be. And it led you away from the you had been in that like long sort of endless parking lot sort of area where you saw in the distance that gigantic centipede looking monster. It leads you away from the water over what feels like this endless field of concrete, and so you begin to see buildings in the distance, crumbling and overgrown with dark moss and dying grass. And here at the edge of the city, munching on a bit of the dying grass there, is a very strange creature. It has a horse's body and head, but the 8 legs are hairy like a tarantula, and the face has the compound eyes and mandibles of an insect. The hand says, well, there's a ride. We want to get out of here? Or
Strongly suggest preparing Fireball, but that's just me.
I don't have access to Fireball yet.
Yeah.
But soon.
Well,
This
there
would
should
be
be
the
a
time to learn.
there should be a liquor store somewhere.
She's gonna need plenty of it after this. Passion kind of just pauses for a moment and just kind of sighs and all right, just kind of follows the hand. He's got no clue. She's sad. She's alone.
He leads you into this strange sort of crumbling city, past the he says these are sources. They're like spiders but horses. They're fucking weird. They're everywhere.
Yeah. I someone back at home kind of would turn into something like this, I'm assuming.
Oh,
Really
corruption druid probably. Yeah. Those
Really
guys are
weird
great.
person.
Yeah, they're a little weird. So, do you want to ride, or are you freaked out by it? Because I understand that.
It's better than just doing nothing, I guess. Let's go.
So you climb onto this creature, and it seems surprisingly like domesticated and pretty chill, and is easy enough to sort of move in the direction you guys are trying to. You're urging it to go. You guys travel through the city, and it's eerie because you've never been in an unoccupied city. You're from one of the largest cities in the world, and it never sleeps. This entire place is fucking deserted. Every time you hear a bit of movement, you're like, oh, okay, there are the people. It's more of these weird source things. You finally get to the other side of the city after. It's hard to tell time here because the sky doesn't really have a sun or moon or stars. It's just sort of a vague overcast gray. But it feels like it's probably been about an hour or so. And you come to a tall building. He says, if you want to rest, I mean, like, I usually just crawl into like a vent or something to sleep, but I know you're not exactly gonna fit in a rain spout, so I think that place has some pretty decent resting spots if you're interested.
Do you know of some way to get out of here?
He's like, well, I know of a couple ways. Most of them are, well, they get people like me killed, or I guess creatures like me freeze. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the like big honking rip in the sky over Del Diablo. The little ones, they come here. It's usually a one-way door. We go out, but we're here, so we can leave. Downside, most people assume that whatever comes out is a monster and wants to kill them, so they just kind of kill on sight. So there's that. He says, but there is a guy that I think used to live in this tower that knew how to do it. He was crazy smart and had all kinds of weird shit. I think he was some kind of wizard, or I'm not 100% sure, but he knew a hell of a lot more about this than most people. So there might be something in his tower about how to get out.
How far away is that?
It's just up here. It's you're standing in front of like a maybe about 20-foot floor building. Kind of looks like a cross between like a wizard's tower, a generic ancient wizard's tower, and like a traditional modern day clock tower.
Right. Yeah, Passion immediately just heads over to it.
Okay. I'm climbing up the stairs up to the top. It's a little bit finicky considering the entire place is crumbling around you, but the stairs are pretty well intact because they're mostly concrete. Mm-hmm. And you make your way up to the top of it, and where the clock face is, you find yourself looking at it. On the outside, it looks just like a regular 12-hour clock face. On the inside, when you look at it from the other side, it's this elaborate array of different circles and different orientations that looks like it's a strange map of all sorts of circles of different alignments in different orders. I don't know if it makes any sense to you, but the sigils of from Gallifrey, from Doctor Who, is what I'm picturing in my head. Just a big series of interlocking circles and various different things that don't make a ton of obvious sense right now. But that
nothing
thing
makes
is
much
massive.
sense to Passion right now. So
the clock face that you're looking at is probably a good 20 feet tall, and mounted in the wall far above you. He's like, there's like a bed off to the side. I think like a couple of the legs are broken, but it's still a bed, and the roof is mostly intact, so there's that.
All right. Thanks for showing this.
Sure.
And she immediately starts just rifling around through here, trying to find something.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
All right. 19.
Okay. Give me a second while I find things. Um. So, rifling through things, you do find a desk that looks like most of because the building that you're in, like half of the roof has been destroyed. It looks like most of the stuff in here, most of the paperwork is completely disintegrated and useless. You do find one like a journal sort of thing that looks like it's mostly intact. It looks like the paper has some sort of like waterproof coating on it, but when you open it up, it looks like complete gibberish. And for a half second, you're like, "Oh, okay, it's a dream. That makes sense." And then you're like, "No, this is not a dream. I'm somewhere else. This is a code."
I have a question. Do I still have my book with me?
Let me think on it. I will say yes, you do.
Then I cast, as a ritual, comprehend languages.
Okay. Give me a second while I find stuff.
Ooh.
Actually, I will say, while you are casting that, we will switch back to the rest of you guys. Back in Twin Pines apartment buildings, you guys have any idea where you are going? Are you going to Luxor Prime, or are you asking that fellow to come here?
Demona would be interested in the travel if we're heading out that way. Otherwise, probably wouldn't have much to do with the cleric.
Go. Let's go there.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We can go as non-criminals.
It just might be also good to get.
Yes, we're
Not
just
up
going
the
to
alphabet.
resurrect our friend. Why does it have to be weird with you guys? And criminal.
Should we call him first? He might not want to do it.
That's a good idea.
Does anybody have a cell phone? Or...
I don't know.
Phil
Maybe we
does.
can look him up in the yellow pages.
You guys do know that it was Phil who knew him, so Phil would have his contact information. You could easily enough call him and ask him to contact this fellow and let you know.
All right. Onyx probably doesn't know Phil's number and everything, but Tomo probably does. And Onyx, however, says, I think Sammy should talk with him. I'm kind of abrasive, so if he needs convincing, yeah, probably not the best idea. Somebody else talk to him. I think Sammy should talk to him about stuff.
Yeah, I can talk to him. That's no problem.
I mean, I can call Phil and whatever if you want to get connected with that, Sammy.
Yeah.
Also, Tomo turns to Onyx and is like, honestly, you're like the softest person I've ever met. Just seeing you around Lily is incredible. So I don't know what you're talking about. It's just, abrasive with everybody that gets in your way, but, who isn't?
Onyx eyes Tomo and is then like, have you been spying on me?
No, I just remember you in the bar, dude. I might have been
really
surfing.
Nice, Onyx.
I might have been surfing, but I am still pretty perceptive.
Also,
Tell no one.
Also, you care about people so much. I think that you are super duper nice.
Thanks. Doesn't change. I shouldn't talk with him because it's gonna go wrong. We all know that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm gonna call Phil now.
I think the world froze.
Yeah, I think the DM is.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Let's do everything we can while she can't answer it.
Yeah, run.
Suddenly, everybody is in Neo Red Amy.
Yeah.
And Barkley's like, I was secretly a 12th or 20th level cleric. Resurrections for everybody.
Wow! Barkley!
Amazing!
He does it by like slam dunking of Passion's dirt into a basketball.
He slam dunks his own head.
The dunk of life instead of the dunk of death.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
He ever,
I was wondering when that's going to happen.
Did he ever do that, by the way? Did Gurk ever, like, take off his own head and do a slam dunk with that?
I don't think Gurk
I
don't think Gurk could do
I
that.
think that might be a bad thing for happening.
Yeah,
Gurk.
no, Barkley, sorry.
I don't think he's ever done that.
Nope, I can't do that, apparently.
I think Restless should not be immune and have super immunity, especially to necrotic energy, but instead be able to disassemble themselves. So they can do stuff like that because it's funny.
Wait,
and
Restless
way less. And,
Yes.
and
You
way
gotta
less
remember when
like,
Kat
broken.
tried to crit Barkley with the ghost and just healed Barkley to full HP?
No, he already was at full HP, I believe.
Yeah, I wasn't even hurt.
This is even my final form.
He never felt better. Oh no, crit. I'm fine.
Hi. Yeah.
So we already
Welcome
got
back.
Passion
Yeah, we took
out.
care of it. Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
Super.
Barkley was actually secretly a 20th level cleric.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I knew it, because how else would he not be dead from never fucking sleeping?
Just cast major restoration on himself every morning.
Actually,
So-
yeah.
It cleanses off levels of exhaustion.
Yeah, the problem
It
is you
would
don't
take
get
a
the spell slot.
while.
You don't get this spell slot back though, so you.
I can
make it-
still take a long rest, I just don't sleep during the long rest.
Anywho, you guys contact Phil, and he lets you know that his contact did say that he would be able to do it. He would need help getting the diamond though, but he was told that you guys probably came into some money recently, so you should have the funds for it.
Gurk wouldn't have hit it. He definitely took all of his reward in diamonds.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily enough do that.
All right, so are we going? We're going to him. We're heading there. Let's go. We're gonna go. Yes.
First, we gotta go talk to Rocky and get Oz charms for anti-death field of corruption. So
Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's fair.
Let's text him and then we can just drive over and he'll be ready.
I don't know if he's
Text him with a prescription. We gotta go.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, he basically works for us.
I don't know if he's gonna appreciate that anymore. You know how it is when someone gets promoted.
Yeah, it changes, I guess. Probably.
Gurk's
Well,
still in
he
the
better
basement.
He better be cooperative, or I'll demote him.
just holds up her fist.
Nice. Just to be like, hey, can we please have this? And be like,
I'll be
sure.
nice if he is nice.
Just holds up. Alex just holds up her fist. It's just HR department on the knuckles.
The judging look Kat just gave all of us there.
I was talking to Kevin, and then all of a sudden I come back to Onyx has HR tattooed on her knuckles. Anyway, yeah. So, Phil would be able to put you in contact with this with that guy in Luxor Prime. He said that his name is Thunder.
Lightning. Oh wait.
No, his name is Thunder. His Henshin name is Kaboom.
What?
It's like he likes explosions.
Is it
Like the
Kaboom
like
or
the cleaning
Captain
supply?
Kaboom?
Demona is
No, just
suddenly interested.
Kaboom.
Sorry. What's up? I think Demona was going to say something.
No, I was just saying because of the explosions, Demona's ears just perk up a little bit.
Oh. See, I was thinking, because War Nerd, in World War II, the American call was lightning and then
response.
thunder.
Thunder. Yeah.
Yeah, I made that the exact same thing. How many episodes ago now with me and Alt?
Yeah, that
A
was
while ago,
awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, Grook's still in the basement.
I'll go bang on the rock until Gurk comes out.
Nice.
Freezing.
Don't get any wrong ideas.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure.
Let's
Lily
be honest here.
rock.
If anything, YouTube, we there's plenty more we can get with wrong ideas between YouTube from just punching the shit out of each other and giving each other corruption.
Fight Club.
It's so last week.
Literally did it last night.
So what are they calling it this week?
Now the question is, can Cyberus actually punch the rock wall hard enough so Gurk hears it down in the basement?
Yes.
I feel it. Blind sense.
And does that add to
To
the
make life
corruption?
easier.
So like 3 knocks add to the level of corruption?
AKA cat, so you don't have a situation where Gurk spends the entire night in a stone block.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's
mean,
the thing, though. That was his choice.
I mean, one of Scotty's characters has to sleep, right?
Get out of here.
All right, see ya.
Little do we know, both Gurk and Barkley are psionically linked, and Gurk is actually sleeping twice as long because he's taking on all of Barkley's sleeping needs.
The true secret.
Now we need
Barkley's former life was Gurk.
We need a Trog restless skeleton Trog.
Mm-hmm. Oh God.
I mean, give it time. Gurk could get there.
yeah, you could. Well, actually, no, I'm not a wizard. I can't legit. But anyways,
Gurk ate Barkley when he was still alive before he was a restless. That's what happened.
Barkley is 6 months older than him. In any case, when you knock, I just walk through.
Do you remember the time where time traveler came back and Gurk was like, "Oh, please don't let future me eat me."
So is everyone done fighting, and we got a plan of where we're going for the resurrection?
We're going to the pyramids.
Okay. I won't be a camel this time.
We're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
So you guys would probably need those. You would need those charms to leave the city safely. Where do you want to go to get them? You know that prior times you've gone to the gentleman, but you do not have Susan's phone number effectively. And apparently Rocky has been moved up in the hierarchy. So where do you want to go?
I'm not a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be fun? We should go to Susan, but that's saying me as a player. That's an Onyx suggestion.
Demona would probably try to use the new contact of the Lady Susan for that one to see how far that would go.
She did say she'd help us get passion back, and this is how we do it.
As soon as you call on the very first ring, hello, this is Allie answering for Lady Susan of Del Diablo.
Okay, out of character, who's making this call?
Yes.
I thought that was Demona.
Yeah. Was not prepared.
You're the boss.
Way to throw me under the bus. Demona calling for Lady Susan.
Oh, Demona. Certainly. Can I ask what it's concerning?
We need to leave Del Diablo. We need some charms.
Oh, okay. The charm of okay. One moment. I can talk to her. and put her on the phone in just a moment. If you hold, please.
Spasiba.
And she puts you on hold, and it's like the cheesy, jaunty hold music that's like just a touch too loud to be comfortable. And
I know that dialect.
Moment or two later, you hear, "Oh, Demona, hello. This is Susan. You needed a charm to leave the city, yes? Presumably this is to bring your friend Passion back, correct?"
Correct. We need to make a trip to a specific cleric. We have the means. We just need to be able to leave Del Diablo temporarily.
I could certainly arrange that. Would you prefer me to meet you folks at your current location, or at another place, or you could come to the broadcasting station, or whichever is most convenient for you guys.
Wow.
And it'll also be a great time to meet and talk about the parade really quick before you guys head out.
Scheiße.
If you look over, Gruk's like,
That's German.
I know her.
I was like, that's not.
I was vexed.
Okay, out of character, would it actually be convenient to go grab them on the way out, or what would be easier as far as the party's concerned? Not necessarily what's preferred.
Well, you were probably going to teleport either via Phil. Phil offered to do it, or Susan herself said that she could teleport you wherever you would like to go.
That's a lot of favors coming from a lady.
I mean, you guys kind of saved the city.
Well, it's still.
And this is
odd.
also counting with Passion's favor, considering, bringing her back.
Okay.
You kind of say the world.
she teleports here, and she teleports all of us but Onyx.
Just eyes
she-
Onyx down.
No, she teleports everyone to where they want to go, and she teleports Onyx into that underwater city.
Yeah, to the middle of the fucking ocean.
Listen,
Subnautica.
Onyx would love that city, though.
No, she wouldn't.
They party hard.
That doesn't matter. Onyx would be like, Onyx would be in a permanent state of panic.
Okay.
It would be like throwing someone who has like arachnophobia into a pit of spiders.
You would make the best use out of your FBI shirt there.
No, Onyx wouldn't. Onyx would just straight up freeze in panic.
So where is best to meet?
If you're willing to teleport us, we'll come to you.
Certainly, yes. I will give you my address, though I'm sure you already know it because it is, the only broadcasting tower in this area. Certainly. Any idea of when you'll be here so that I can schedule my next meetings around it?
We'll try to be there shortly.
Okay. See you soon. Be safe.
Thank you.
Click.
As Demona hangs up, you can see in the background Onyx handling spray cans and like some free part of the wall. She's currently painting like another imagery of how she like bashed her Susan on the head, and it's like, oh, it's probably good she's not coming here. As the smell of aerosol
hate
fills
Susan
the room.
so much.
I don't hate her.
I don't hate her either. Out of character, I am terrified of her.
Demona's seeing this as a business.
Lady.
Demona sees this as a business opportunity, not trying to press things too far, but
Someone with that level of power being that nice is someone you should be very scared of.
well,
'Cause
this
if
is
they-
also Demona we're talking about here.
Passion ain't afraid of shit.
I mean, Onyx is pretty much
She has
deep
nothing to
rich.
fear.
Exactly.
and-
She feels nothing.
Passion is afraid of a vacuum cleaner right about now.
She ain't afraid of shit. She don't feel anything.
So anyways, after hanging up, Demona would quickly let you guys know what all was planned, that we needed to go to the broadcasting station and immediately head out to get set up on our bike to get ready to go out.
Oh, okay.
Cool, I take the car.
Okay, you guys do have the company van that you can get.
Yes. And the thing is, Passion is no longer with us.
Oh god, none of you fucks know how to
Gurk
drive.
can drive.
I make it sure.
Tomo and Demona are taking their bikes.
I make a
I don't know what Cyberus does, so Sammy is the only one that might be able to drive. Onyx is the one willing to drive.
I make a clicking noise. Go like,
Oh, I know who can drive!
and the raccoon comes up and sits on top of my head, and it's like I have a coon hat.
Drive! She's like, yes, finally! Fucking finally something I can do. Get in the car, losers. We're going.
Luna Knight?
I just love how the entire room goes silent, like, what the fuck happened to Sammy?
I'm tired of this bullshit. You guys been sitting here for like 3 hours talking about this. Let's go!
I like your attitude. Onyx already sits on the passenger seat. She's not even debating with Luna Knight about this.
Excellent. She goes into the front seat, puts on some sunglasses she pulled out of nowhere, and cranks it.
Yeah, you guys make your way to the broadcasting station, which I literally just said the name of it, and now it's gone forever.
The raccoon has taken a liking to the Lunar Knight and sits on your lap while you're trying to drive.
No.
He's a giant, chunky raccoon trying to sit in your lap while you try to drive.
That's fine. She's dealt with worse.
Just flashbacks to trying to drive with my dog. It's like, oh, what do you mean you don't want me on your lap at all fucking times? So when you get to the broadcasting station, there's like a small parking lot off to the side that has mostly like those sort of news vehicles.
Are there 3 dogs there? Sorry, really bad reference to Fallout 3.
Oh, I don't know that one.
There's a radio tower, and the guy that runs it is called 3 Dog.
No, there are no dogs. It's a pretty basic. It doesn't look like much. Like if you didn't know better, you wouldn't expect this is the place where like one of the main leaders of the city would make her office. But you guys can easily enough make your way into the front door, and the woman at the front desk is like, oh, okay, we're expecting you. I believe Demona was the name we were given for the party?
Yep, that's her over there.
Yeah.
Hi, yes, okay. Lady Susan is expecting you. One moment and I can take you right on up to meet her.
Very good.
She leads you to the elevator and you guys make your way up. The office that she opens into is very brightly lit. Like that's sort of like super modern. Like all of the furniture is very like rounded and white and clean. There's like modern art on the wall.
I'm certain it looks nice.
Flowers everywhere. And sitting at the desk in the corner, sort of going through a handful of little bits of paper, is Susan. And she's, oh yes, hello, you guys are here. That's lovely. She gets up, and this time she's wearing like a business suit jacket and a skirt. And okay, so you guys needed to go where again?
How does her nose look?
Perfect.
Okay.
No change. Like, even when you hit her, it didn't even look like it did much to phase her at all. So can I ask what cleric you found to raise her, or what city you might be going to, or?
Something about Luxor Prime, I think.
Oh, Luxor Prime. Okay, I can certainly send you there. Do you know the name of the temple? I could send you to a specific temple, or...
Do you know it, Phil?
I know many Phils. You'd have to clarify a little bit more.
Может быть, не надо ей говорить про это?
Maybe translate that one.
She said maybe you shouldn't say tell her about that.
No joke. I seriously thought you were just speaking backwards.
Not gonna lie, it started out sounding like you were speaking backwards.
It was like
I was like,
like halfway through, it started sounding like Pig Latin to me.
Halfway through, I started understanding what was going on, and then realized I missed the first half of the sentence.
Classic.
I thought this was like some Cthulhu speak.
No,
Cthulhu's very phlegmy.
Demona would not want to be hiding this information, since this is the person who's assisting us in getting Passion back. She's the one doing all the favors. Not about to hide some information on who we're going to go see to get this done. She may even have a better suggestion in the meantime.
I mean, what do you say though?
Yeah.
We're looking for Thunder. Kaboom.
Kaboom!
Did you mention he was?
You see her sort of actually like space out for a minute, thinking.
I believe there was a mention of it being a Henshin.
The cleric of Altaziel? Oh yes, he's been going around for quite a while now. Yeah, I believe his main temple is Oh, I don't have written down the name of the temple.
See, that's why I was hesitating there, because I didn't know.
She says, yes, I can certainly send you to that temple there. I believe, because I know that there are a handful of Henshin in the party, it is relatively close to that command center if you guys need to deal with any of that. I don't honestly know a ton about how this Henshin stuff works, so I believe I saw something about like a bracelet flying off of that roof, so presumably you'll need to get that soon. But anyway, yes, I can send you there. So come on up and I will give you your charm. It should protect you for about 48 hours outside the city.
Demona walks up to grab the charm first, but also wants to make a side comment. Side note, would I be able to get the teleportation code?
She says, I'll be honest, what I'm using isn't the traditional teleport. It's more of like a ritual. But I could see about maybe putting you in contact with a wizard that might know them. We have a handful. We have several wizards from Luxor Prime that may know them.
Bajalista, if you do not mind.
Certainly.
Mona steps away with the charm.
Okay. For when she gives the charm, if you will let her, she actually leans down and gives you a kiss on the forehead.
Well,
so the way that the charms work, they usually physically put a hand or something on you. The gentleman usually put like his thumb and made a mark on your forehead. Everyone does it differently. Otherwise, she literally will kiss her hand and put it to your head, and you feel the warmth of the magic start to work on you.
Considering Demona's an Ember Rye, it would probably be smarter not to put your lips on her forehead for third-degree burns.
And she's probably immune to all damage, so it's fine.
She took Onyx's headbutt pretty well, so...
Even still...
But did it really hurt?
Yeah, Demona would not exactly let her kiss her forehead.
Understandable.
Everyone in the room, by the way, can hear the sound of grinding.
Oh, sorry, I'm casting Stone Shape.
Rock, not in public.
What kind of grinding?
As Onyx grinds her
Kinky.
teeth against...
Okay, I thought you were getting on with the secretary.
She's not Cordelia. She's not Cordelia.
Oh, DM,
She did get it on with Cordelia and the secretary.
I did
though.
see that, yeah.
Okay.
If
that's not the case, it's fine.
Yeah, Onyx actually tries really hard, like not to just. She just like basically eats her own tongue so that she doesn't like say something stupid and get herself killed.
Amy will give you her hand because she thinks you're nervous and not mad.
Yeah, and she will give it each to you. After sensing some of you are real awkward about it, she will just do the hand kiss thing and tap all of you. And it does feel So like when the gentleman did it, it felt a little like a bit of like warmth at the center of your head that faded after a second. When she does it, it feels like walking into the sunlight on a warm day. After walking out of the air conditioning, it very clearly feels much stronger and different.
Do you excuse me, Susan.
Yes, Gurk?
Do you have anywhere private I could go?
Certainly. Off to right here, we have the private rooms. Traditionally, they were called mother rooms because, you know, obviously mothers sometimes need that privacy. But it's for anything, for phone calls that you might need to make, or just for a moment to do whatever spells you may need to do.
Of course.
It's just a simple like 10 by 10 room. Actually, no, it's probably much smaller than that. The size of like a large supply closet. It does have like its own window with blinds and everything, and a little chair and desk there. And obviously a door.
Before I go, I'm not sure how long this will take, so I'm sorry if this takes too long. But there's something I need to do real quick before we leave Del Diablo. Is that okay with everybody?
Okay.
Well, yeah, sure, whatever.
I mean, so long as you go before we leave, that way we don't have to stop along the way.
Thank you, Demona. And I walk into the room.
Team!
I walk into the room and I say, "Okay, I'm ready to accept the gift." To the Lord that's inside me. Wow, that is like the craziest out of context thing ever.
Crazy. Oh my.
You went into a private room to talk about the Lord inside of him. If you know
Somebody
what I'm
clip
saying.
it. Somebody clip it, please. Somebody clip it.
So you hadn't actually felt his presence in a while, but you kind of have had the sensation that walking Nirvana is kind of after you gave him permission to sort of join you in your body for a little bit and ride along, that he kind of can jump in and out as he pleases until this part of your deal that you've asked for is finished.
Mm-hmm.
And he just immediately is there as soon as you say that, and says, "Well, if you're ready, you might want to take a seat. This is probably won't sting, but you're probably gonna fall."
I'm already sitting down.
And you actually see a swirl of that like green energy code that had been for a while. You had whenever walking Nirvana is with you, around your head is a little bit of a halo of green number coding, like from the Matrix or whatever. You actually see it in a more physical form. Let's actually see.
I really hope Cerberus isn't trying to detect corruption, because one Susan.
No, I think once I got near Susan, I would like try not to think about it.
Nope, not gonna deal with this.
And appears as a sort of swirling mass of green energy, cloudy energy, and that swirling code. And he says, "So, as part of this ritual, I will be making you a new body. And you said you wanted one that can control its corruption a little better than you can in your current form, correct?"
Yes. There was an ally I had in the past. She knew how to adapt quite well to corruption. I was thinking that form.
Yes, Disc, correct?
Correct.
Yes. And do you have an idea of what you would like this body to look like, or? Or shall I randomize it for you?
Would you believe I am worth having as a look? I do not care too much for that.
He says, "I believe everybody is worth whatever they want to look like. I can look like anybody the hell I want." We'll think about it as we go. You don't actually see it because there's this cloud of swirling green energy.
I go to the character editor and I just keep hitting random, and then I stop on like fifth one.
Either that can end up very good or horribly wrong.
I will send. Hold on, I'll send you a video so you can watch it later and enjoy.
Okay. So if you want, Cat,
Mhm.
he would be very tall and slender, very, well, I mean, of course, very elven, being a Rai.
Mhm.
Oh my god, another ride.
Fucking course.
Almost like it's almost like we're turning into a party of De-Fragger Winari.
But he'll have I don't even know what you would call that. Just death metal hair, like the straight black hair, and it's just really long.
Nice.
That's pretty much the only real specifications.
Okay. God damn it.
It's probably going to be because corruption. It's probably going to be, instead of just black hair, it'll be more like an oil color, like that rainbow sheen to it.
Oh yeah, nice. Vex just put into the chat that we should call it the Team Riot.
Let's start it.
Yeah, so you get the sense of a sort of anticipation of like the effect of cracking knuckles, but he's a cloud of energy. And Gurk sits down and closes his eyes, and you're not sure what you're expecting. You're aware that for the spell reincarnate, you typically have to be dead.
Yeah, I'm expecting to die, so I'm just. Yeah.
But there's no real moment of, you don't sense anything. You just sort of feel a strange tingling go through you. That kind of reminds you of when you first, when Walking Nirvana first sort of entered your brain. This sort of strange fizzing sensation that you get when you first choose wild shape into a new corrupted form, or when you first gain a new layer of corruption, but amplified times 1,000. And you're sort of just closing your eyes and expecting it. And after about a minute or so, you open your eyes to look around like, okay, nothing happened. And you're no longer sitting on the chair. You are lying on the floor. There is a blanket on top of you. And you look down at your hands and you do not have Trog hands anymore. You are now a Void Rai. Okay. The swirl of energy is sort of off in the corner. So, what do you think? I'll leave it if this is awkward. I understand. New body. It's cool.
It'll take some getting used to, but thank you.
Certainly. And you look behind you, and Gruk's things are there on the chair, but there is no body or anything there. He's like, do you need clothes before you go? I can get Susan to get you something, or, I mean, I guess I could probably make something. Sorry, my phone is a fucking asshole.
Let's see.
I'm sorry. I'm like, my phone is a fucking asshole, and I hear in the distance Kevin go, "Yay!"
I guess I'll just need pants.
Okay.
This loincloth doesn't fit anymore.
You hear the effect of like a snap, and there is a pair of pants there that fit you perfectly.
Okay. I put them on,
like,
and I walk out.
He's like, "This is weird. This was fun. I'll see you around, Gurk." Wait, do you still go with Gurk? Whatever. I'll see you around. And you feel that swirl of that same corruption around you again before it vanishes. But this time when you feel it has in the same way that you feel when you can manipulate that, normally you have to like extend a force of your will to do that. You have to use magic to do it. Now it feels like something that would be just as simple as picking up a coffee mug, or as eating something would for a Trog. It feels innate in you.
So this is what it's like to not feel hunger. As I walk out. All right, everybody, don't panic. As I walk down the hallway, and you guys see a 7-foot 4-inch tall Void Rai.
Wait, so how tall?
I'm as tall as a Rai can be, because
7'4".
Void Rais are the tallest of them all.
7'4".
I think they go up to
taller
8.
than
I think they
you.
go up to 8 feet. What is it?
Sammy's still taller than you.
Wait, let me double check what their height is.
He's
That's the thing that
7'5".
got the big no. Not the like, totally changed your body and everything. But
Whatever,
no,
man.
not taller.
Everybody's done it. Come
Have
on.
to be the tallest.
I have to be the tallest.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only game I'm the tallest in. Okay, let me have this one thing.
So
I'm just double checking their thing.
We'll get back to you. Go ahead. Kat.
Tall and gaunt, and appendages seem eerily long, but I would be shorter than you.
It is fucking Slender Man.
Essentially, yeah.
What did you do now, Gurk?
Let's not worry about it. We have other things we need to do.
Does he do this often?
Yeah.
No. Yes.
Does he do this often? No. Yeah. No. Yeah. That tracks.
To be fair, this is the first time we've seen it.
I'll explain later.
He usually just turns into weird animals, but somehow this is more horrifying.
Usually it's a combination, so maybe when he picks one thing, it looks like that.
Ah, that's what Sammy looks like.
Hello.
You're taller than I expected.
I'm very tall, yes.
You're not going to want all those cookies anymore, are you?
You know, I kind of enjoyed not being the smallest for once.
Oh.
Actually, you know what? I feel like very not hungry. Weird. I'm just thinking because he's skinny and gaunt, he's probably gonna be like borderline anorexic now.
Horrifying.
Onyx just like size him up like with a thumb and it's like, I could probably throw you like a javelin.
Probably.
That's hot.
You're...
That like Lunar Knight says that. She's like that.
Is this Luna? Yeah, it's Luna Knight saying that. Of course it's Luna.
Alright, sorry for the delay, Susan. You
course it
can
is.
give me the charm.
Certainly. She gives you the charm. So to Luxor Prime then?
Toroxor Prime.
Very well. And she starts to Sorry, Hera. Sorry, I just broke her with a DM because my husband's an asshole who makes stupid jokes. I'll explain it later. It's super dumb. It doesn't make any sense even with context. She goes around and starts measuring out this big circle on the carpet with what looks like some kind of powdered herbs and whatnot. And lights a stick of incense and says, very well, if everyone is ready, I can go ahead and send you on your way then.
Okay.
And she snaps her fingers and the pile of like herbs and whatnot around in that circle ignites, and when the flame goes around and meets at the very end, it flashes, and you guys arrive inside a very, very different building. The area that you're standing in is surrounded by these massive 50-foot tall stone pillars. And actually no, I lied. That's the command center, not the other one. In a looking out, you see that you are clearly in a glass pyramid. It's the you're in the corner of like one of those pyramids that you guys have been to before in Luxor Prime. And inside, looking towards a big entrance hall, that the main floor stretches hundreds of feet up to the roof. And glancing around inside, the entire tower looks like it stretches up into the ceiling, where there is projected on the ceiling above you guys a massive grid. It actually looks like it, because you guys are inside a building within a gigantic pyramid, it doesn't have much of a roof in the way that it just projects up. And looking around, you see people milling around. There are various different, it looks like mostly just regular people. You do see one person looks to be in sort of like robes, wearing the symbol of Altaziel. Sort of notices you guys appear out of fucking nowhere and approaches. Can I help you?
Where's Thunder?
Oh, okay.
He's expecting us.
Certainly.
Correction. He should be expecting us.
Okay, I can get him to you. One moment. And well, follow me. I will lead you to him. And she leads you further into this temple, and off to one side, where it looks like a more like where you guys arrived was basically in like the chapel, the huge like open area. She leads you off to a separate corner that has more of like chairs and big statues of various different they're like celestials, but they are wearing Henshin armor, but they're very clearly not like traditional Henshin. They're basically paragons and heralds of Altaziel. And standing there talking to a big group of individuals is a Kenku, wearing the vestments of Altaziel, but like much more relaxed and travel friendly, and wearing them over jeans. He sort of sees you. Hey guys, how you going? I didn't know you guys were gonna be here already. I'll catch you guys later. The woman's like, that is Thunder. You guys were here to see the Archpriest Thunder, yes?
Yep.
He's sort of, hey, I'll be honest, the only name that I got from any of you guys, I think Phil told me Tomo's name, and the woman I'm supposed to be bringing back is Passion. Yeah. If you guys want, I can do it here. And he just sort of looks, and like the group of people that he had been talking to are sort of like realizing that he's in the middle of something and starting to head off. It looks like they were a group of like parishioners just talking about random things.
Hi. I'm Sammy, and also sometimes Lunar Nate. Depends.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah. It sure is.
You guys realize a moment or so later that it sounds like he's actually talking. The voice that he's speaking in seems to change in like accent and whatnot, and you realize he's probably mimicking different things, and realize a moment or so later he's mimicking things off from television shows, snippets of various different shows and whatnot that he's heard in different arrays.
Why hello, how the fuck are ya?
Yeah, basically Bumblebee, but instead of songs, it's TV shows and movies and commercials. It's like, so you got the gems?
Ding. I bent down, hand it to him.
How much is that gem worth?
I pull out
because you got yours that I will say you guys knew where you were going.
Can we say one of the diamonds was worth 1,000?
Yeah,
it's 25,000.
Yeah, I will say you guys knew where you were going. You knew that you were going to need a very large diamond. If you guys pool your money together, you can afford it without having to go get the bounty money.
Hey, Cat.
Yeah.
Just sent you a message about that.
Wait, you're saying without the bounty money, you think all of us total have 25,000 gold worth of
Yes,
stuff?
actually, you do because you
You
got
do.
$5,000 from Susan.
She gave you 5,500 gold.
But that's the reward, wasn't it?
No, okay, so the bounty that you guys were told about, the like 200 million bounty, that was put up by like the guild that Demona works for. The 5,500 was just the lords and ladies being nice because you guys saved the city. You guys haven't gotten the bounty yet, the true bounty.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just give them all my diamonds then. I just give them all.
Okay.
Kat was just gonna I assume that you guys would have known you're coming here and have gotten the diamond.
Yeah. So you can decide. We'll decide after the fact what proportions you guys give them and to make that 25K. Because I did do the math. You guys do have enough on you to do it as long as you work together for it.
My portion will be simple, all of it, because I don't really need it.
That's valid. Yeah.
Onyx gave 5,800.
Okay.
How much do we need?
25K total. We're currently at 10,300.
Okay.
Yeah. No, 11,300.
Luke, this is true resurrection.
Yeah, Disintegrate specifically says that the only thing that can bring you back is true resurrection or the wish spell.
I'll give 4,000. It's all like all my money. She my girl. I can't just leave her.
Okay. So, collecting all of the diamonds together, Thunder sort of sits down and lays out the ritual of what he needs. Sort of spreads crushes the diamonds into a fine dust and raise them out in like a sigil pattern, and lights a thing of incense and starts to do the incantation because it takes a while, I believe.
Before we like start, Luna is gonna go to wherever, like if there's a shrine or whatever, she's gonna like go pray at it and just give like a thanks to Altaziel.
Okay. There is one here, yeah. It's where that tower projects the sigil of the grid up onto the ceiling. There is a stained glass window with Altaziel's symbol added that looks like it's like lit from behind. So
wait, did we pull the money? Because I only heard Gurk, Onyx, and
I was sort of zooming through it. I'll say that you guys do pull it at some point, and we'll figure out where it comes to after. Because I know Aya has a thing to get to.
Yes.
Okay.
As he's doing a ritual, Passion.
That's me.
You are in this strange tower looking at this journal. You've completed your spell, and it still doesn't work, which is weird. It really should. But looking at it, you're starting to realize it feels like it's immune to magic. And it occurs to you, you've seen something like that before. And in fact, you've seen this handwriting before. This looks like the hand that wrote the laws, the treaty. And spending a couple of hours or so working on it, you work with it and you figured out some of this code to the point where you're fairly certain that you can make out actually I'll say go ahead and make a straight intelligence check.
All right. 18.
Okay. Looking at remembering what you remember of the treaty and looking at this, you are fairly certain that the front of it says, you're just reading like front page to the back, that the name on there translates to Dane, D-A-I-N, and that after it has a title that it's kind of hard to exactly figure out what they're going for because it's completely, it's like a code but in a different language.
Mhm.
Something to the effect of time mage.
We know a time mage.
You do.
He's an asshole. He's a literal buzzkill.
And as you're sort of like trying to cross-reference and figure that out with what the rest of the things mean, you hear a voice calling you. You hear
Sorry.
Passion. And it feels like very, very faint. And for a second, you're like, shit, is that hand guy back?
Or for a moment, it's probably one of those ones like you hear a noise and it sounds roughly like your name. You're like,
yeah.
I was thinking.
Oh my god,
then,
I have that all the time.
I do too.
I was thinking Breath of the Wild, where it's just like Link.
Yeah. And then louder. Passion. Passion, it's time to come home. Your time is not finished and your loved ones need you. Suddenly there is a flash of white light. And looking up, that sort of like gray overcast sky is now completely white to the point where it almost hurts to look at it. And the light starts to descend towards you. Off in the distance, that hand fellow that you had been that had been sort of just chilling in the background watching you cast your strange spells and work this out, sort of smacks the pavement awkwardly and says, well, I guess you're heading home. Luck.
Hi, Passion.
Just awkward thumbs up. Back in the temple, Thunder completes the spell. The diamond all is sort of whisked up into a swirl of magic and vanishes. And nothing happens. He sort of looks up to the rest of you and says, the spell failed. Either her soul is not willing, or Passion is not dead. Passion, you feel that bright light consume you. And it almost feels like it burns for a second. It gives you this heart shattering remembrance of that moment when you first saw the light from the atomic burners, before it is just soothed away. And you feel like you're floating, and the heat of that light is soothed away by cool, fresh water that smells of peppermint and lavender. You open your eyes to find yourself in what looks to be a greenhouse. All around you are trees and flowering plants. Far above you is a glass ceiling held aloft by these just beautiful white painted arches. You are in a pool of water covered in a light foam and bits of herbs and flowers floating on top of it. And sitting across from you, sort of closed eyes and praying, is a woman probably in like her late 20s or so, long blonde hair, wearing white robes. Hello, Passion. It's good to see you.
Kind of probably for a moment, like, does the, sun hitting eyes. Hi?
Welcome back. And we'll pick up there next time. I'm sorry.
No, you aren't.
No, you're not.
You aren't. No,
Bullshit. You're not
No,
sorry.
you're not.
You're not sorry at all, Kat. I know because you told me about this.
I genuinely think Kevin is just
romantic, and Rash is not gonna be alone, and just gonna be surrounded by people who love her. You took it away from me.
This is not a rom-com.
It is when I'm around.
Doubt.
Switch back post credits, and Gurk's just like, happy birthday, as he looks at the camera.
Yeah, so everybody wish Vex a happy birthday. It's a birthday.
Happy birthday,
And her
guys.
character got to come back to life on a birthday.
Rebirth day.
Yeah, rebirth day.
It's her second rebirth day because this is the second time she's been reborn.
She has a problem with death.
A little bit.
She has no problem with death. Apparently, it comes quite easy to her.
I can relate.
Shut up, Scott.
So, we will pick up there next time. Does anybody have any plugs? I will say let's start with Birthday Girl. That makes sense.
Well, so to start, follow me on Twitch. I stream with a few people on this channel, including Hera, Callie, Alt, US, and Scotty is currently guesting in our Furry Road game as well. And that takes place on Thursdays at 4:30 p.m. EST. You can also find me tomorrow, both Hera, Nova, and I, on Heroes Without Limits, or Age Without Limits, where we are debuting our Witcher game at 1:30 p.m. EST. And I am super hyped for it. Also,
Slightly nervous.
I'm slightly nervous, but on Sunday, because it looks like I have a free day, I will be streaming again, like I did today. I'll be streaming the same game I did because I had a lot of fun playing it, despite getting distracted by chat every so often. Aside from that, I think check me out on Twitter at VexyHexy and follow the other people here too. That's it.
Okay, we'll say guest character. So Aya, you're up next.
Hello, everybody. My name is Isle. Golder. That's my full name. You can find me on Twitter. I do the arts. I don't know if I'm doing commissions right now. It depends on things. But you can catch me there if you want to see cute arts. And I also play on Dungeon Academy at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time on Fire Score RPGs on Sundays. Where we're about to finish the Rod of Seven Parts, so that's gonna be interesting, fun, and definitely not gonna murder at least one of us. That's all for me.
Let's see, circling back around. You got anything?
I'm back.
Better than ever.
I wouldn't
Yes,
say
it's
that.
back.
Back again. Yeah. Honestly, not really.
I think, did Vex mention Furry Road?
Yes, I did. But check out Alt is on there too. Is a cute squirrel girl who just causes all of the chaos, much like me. But I'm a cat.
And annoys Kiri.
Are you selling
Yes.
the Squirrel Scout cookies
Not right now.
yet?
I think she
my
got kicked
God
out of
damn
Squirrel
it.
Scout.
I'm sorry, I just looked in the Retroverse chat and saw the fucking screenshot of when I froze. Vex, you're an asshole. Yeah.
It's her birthday, cat. How dare you?
How dare she
That
speak the
doesn't
truth?
stop her from being an asshole.
I'm always an asshole, even on my birthday.
Yeah.
Does anyone
Also-
else have any other plugs?
Just shout
Yeah.
check out Alt's art. Alt makes amazing art.
Every time I look at the Megazord that he drew me, I cry a little bit. It makes me so happy.
No.
Because one of the players is dead.
That has no relevance here.
Brutal. Harry, you got anything?
Currently not. Just follow me on Twitter at HeraHacks. Also on Twitch, maybe, where I maybe will be streaming more too. Not next week because I'll be visiting family, but yeah, that's all for now.
Okay. Luke, how about you?
I just want to promote the idea of comedy. Been trying to advertise that more lately.
Comedy.
Yeah. It's great.
Just in
Love
general.
comedy here.
Someone say
We're
we are
big fans
queens.
of comedy on this channel.
Scotty, how about you?
Right. If you like this show or any of the other many shows on this channel, please follow or subscribe, whichever Twitch or YouTube you're watching this on. And thank you for supporting me and everyone here with our fun games.
Yes.
Yeah. Tomorrow 7:00 is Ghost of Saltmarsh. I'm excited. We're maybe gonna have like a war council, I think. Yay!
The group prepares for the adventure from Ghost of Saltmarsh called The Final Enemy.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm excited. That'll be here tomorrow, 7:00. After that, follow us. Next week is a vaccine game.
Yes.
It's gonna be fun. I'm not 100% sure what you guys are gonna be doing because there's a bunch of different routes you can go.
Yeah.
Especially because the main plot line you guys were following is in Del Diablo. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
What are you talking about?
Time for a road trip to Del Diablo!
Oh my god.
I just
As Kat, Kevin, and I all pull our hair out as I'm like, okay, now they're going in this section now. So what are we gonna put? What's there now?
Cat, just trade places for a bit. The corruption crew goes to Neo Renami. The vaccine crew goes to fucking
Yes.
Del Diablo.
Yes, because just anything to
House
not
swap.
have fucking 13 people on a call. Yep.
You're welcome.
So we'll see you guys next time. It's been a lot of fun. I'm glad the Passion is back. And we'll see exactly where she is next time. Ciao.
Bye.
До свидания.